Hey guys, this is Tiger, and so today I'm up in. I just made a run up to Detroit today to do some sales, and I'm passing through Toledo, and I don't know, just where I was at, just a story popped in my head, and I thought I'd need to stop because I'll forget it. So for years, several years, Sunoco was doing the free fuel 5,000 giveaway, and so what happened is people like myself, I was a big mystery shopper at the time, and the company that had the contract for it, basically, you go to a store, you'd hang out for 2 hours, and if somebody pulled in with a Sunoco bumper sticker, you'd give them a gift card was $10, right? No big deal. And then they get registered to the into the $5,000 giveaway or 5,000 gallon giveaway. So depending on price of gas, and at the time it was normally $2. I forget what it creeped up, and I was doing this from like 2007 until 2012. I guess I did it maybe 5 or 6 years. And so, really, the last year that I did this, um, they called me because I had a couple. I had Ohio, Indiana, um, Kentucky, just around. I had about 3 states. Not a ton of Sunoco's, but enough to keep me busy. They called me and asked me if I could complete the second month of Michigan because what happened, the lady who had the route, and there was a lot of Sunoco's in Michigan, let me tell you. And what happened is she went downtown Detroit to the hood, and all of a sudden, the homeless people started, coming around, and I guess she was a senior citizen, so she just like she 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 quit real quick. Um, and so they paid me a pretty dollar to go up and guarantee that I got all of them in. Um, my God, I forget how we went to, like, we didn't go way up north, but we went up like Saginaw and covered all the way down. And so every morning, I had this guy, Sean, helping me. And basically, we would go downtown Detroit at 7 o'clock. So that way, we just start working our way back. We did that for like almost a week. So we took care of all the places we didn't want to be before the people got up and, could understand what was going on. And so one of the days, we split up to get this stuff knocked out. And I went over to Western Michigan, somewhere. I remember I was somewhere outside of Kalamazoo, and it was on a country road. There's gas stations out in the middle of nowhere. And so, uh, what didn't happen is people did not pull in with Sunoco stickers on their car. Let me tell you something. I don't, the chance of somebody magically pulling in with a Sunoco sticker on their car. I mean, you might be lucky if it happened. In a day you could hit 5 or 6 stores. So if you got 2 people in a day that actually came with the stickers, so what you do is you go up and say, hey, I'm doing this thing here. You put that bump sticker on. Let's get a picture of you. You get, $10 in gas and get in. Okay, yeah. So I'm out here. I forget. It was outside of Kalamazoo, and this lady pulls in, and she's got a minivan, and um, she goes in, and I'm just, I mean, there was no other customers, and so she comes out, and I said, you know what? I said, you need a bumper sticker on there, and I'm telling her, well, and she kind, and she won't look at me. She's got her head down like this, and she's just kind of bobbing her head and whatever. And you get that, you don't know what's wrong, but you get that something's wrong. And uh, that they had been staying with, I think, his in-laws or her in-laws. He had lost his job, and now they were homeless, and basically everything that they owned was in that minivan. And in the back there, I remember the kid having a NASCAR blanket, and so she was. I guess she was my age. She was around 30, something, around there, just like, I, so I looked and I said, she goes, well, this is all our stuff, and she said, we're homeless now. And, and you could, yeah, tears coming down her face. She starts crying a little bit, and I'm feeling horrible. I mean, I'm like, oh man, I didn't want to make her feel bad about nothing. And I said, look, man, I said, and the thing is this was really, um, in the very early days of cell phones. I mean, in the fact that they were still, you could get caught up in your minutes, and you didn't have the unlimited everything. In fact, I had, in order to get stuff done, I had purchased a wireless. Verizon had like a monthly thing, so I paid like $50 or so I could get, just get some data out in the middle of nowhere, you know, because I needed to be do some things while I was waiting. And so I said, part of it is, hey, you got a phone number they can call you, if you win. And she looks at me and she goes, we ain't got a phone. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, man, that's just screwed me up. Just screwed me up. And I'm like, well, if you got, get a friend, and I guess, at the time, maybe, if you got family members that turn on you, um, it's how it is, when it's bad, it's bad. And so go ahead, I get her name and stuff so I can fill out the form, and I give her the gas car so she can put the gas in the car. And, we just talked for just a minute. I just, um, I remember I gave her a hug. She was crying, and here I am. I gave the lady 20. I think I gave her $20. I'm like, look, and you just never know who you're gonna run into. And I hope that uh, one day this, that they got, that things got better for them, and they don't forget, and one day when they're out, that they go, hey, you know what, one day this guy stopped for no reason, and gave me a little money. And when you don't got nothing, $20 can, your kids want some milk or something like that. That was just it was a disturbing story that happened to me. And I just didn't think. I just didn't think. I was like, I didn't have a lot of money in my pocket, but I'm like, well, you know, for whatever, I gave her $20. And um, I think that was it. She went on, so she got, she had $30 now, and they could put gas in the car and at least get to that bit. So, just keep people like that in your mind, especially now we're getting towards the holidays, and when the families don't have anything, it's hard. So God bless you. Hope you're coming up on a nice Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on the next story. All right. Thank you.